name is Fadia Patterson.
Hurricane Ian,
This is reporting. This is integrity. Because she didn't run, she kept reporting because she wanted you to know what was going on.
While climbing the ranks through the Tampa Police Department, Lee Burkhardt also pursued higher education, most recently completing his doctorate at St. Leo University, where he focused his research on human trafficking.
Fadia, the mom spoke with you about this terrible situation. What did she say?
Rick, good evening. The family tells me that they don't want the death of Cody Noble to be in vain. Instead, they're sharing their story to help other autistic families avoid this type of tragedy. I'll show you real quick. We have a cruiser right down there, and there were large crowds here. They asked them to leave. He shoots her. She falls out of the bed into the floor, and then he shoots her one more time before he leaves the home and runs away. These are protesters from Slow Roll, Buffalo. We're walking with them as they march. They once again paused to unveil a painting for Breonna Taylor. On Wednesday, Stephanie and Henry Noble moved their 4 children into Valencia at West Chase Apartments. And by Thursday morning, their world was shattered.
We did not have a chance to do any baby proofing or installing extra locks or things to help prevent this.
Overnight, their 3-year-old autistic son, Cody Noble, got out of their new home and was struck and killed by a vehicle.
It happened about an hour after we were asleep. Normally, I don't sleep that hard.
Stephanie says she's now living a mother's worst nightmare. They were at their last apartment for 12 years, but due to a rent hike, they were forced to leave. But before moving in, she asked management to fix 2 broken gates.
I was adamant about it getting fixed, not just because of him, for safety overall.
Stephanie says her son had no chance to learn of his new surroundings. What was meant to be a new beginning for this family has now become one of sorrow. Yet the Nobles say they want to continue to live for Cody, their 3 other children, including his twin sister.
I don't know how I'm going to have the strength to do that. I don't know why we were given this trial after everything else, but I have to be there for them.
And I reached out to the complex about the concerns about the broken gate. They responded, a representative responded and told me that they are waiting for parts to fix the gate. Dr. Bianca Lynch Johnson typically starts her day with positive affirmations.
Namaste.
And yoga.
It allows me to reset and really focus on my intention.
Being intentional about her health is something the pharmacist knows well after being diagnosed with celiac disease. Bianca says her physical health also triggered issues with her mental health.
Sometimes some people may need medication, and that's okay.
According to a recent CDC study, Black adults visited the ER for mental health related concerns at an annual average rate of about 97 visits per 1,000 adults from 2018 to 2020. The CDC estimates that 1 in 5 adults have a mental disorder, but that less than half receive treatment. The number drops to less than 40% for Black and Latino adults, which the report says can be due to stigma, cultural beliefs, or discrimination.
The pandemic triggered a lot of anxiety and depression for people. Dealing with chronic illness, dealing with anxiety and mental health, it's what allows me to connect with my patients.
The doctor also sings and uses that as a way to connect, performing at community events.
Broken down and tired of living life on a very... So I chose to sing Rise Up by Andra Day because it's just such a powerful and impactful song. The words really mean everything right now. Everything that we're going through as a community around the world, it really speaks to unity.
And I'll rise up, rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid.
I think it's really important to make it known that it's okay, that you're not alone. I know that I felt alone for a very long time, and I think it's part of my purpose to help others.
Whether it be through music or as a healthcare provider, she hopes her message eliminates any stigma surrounding mental health. In Tampa, Fadia Patterson, Spectrum News.
Breast cancer has returned, and it's metastasized to my lymphatic system in my neck area. So I'm now at stage 4.
When she's not undergoing chemotherapy,
It's very exhausting, extremely exhausting, but you do what you got to do.
Renee Hanania is fighting to fully reinstate her nonverbal and disabled son Brandon's Medicaid benefits.
So you're saying that he's active in the system for Medicaid, correct?
Yes.
Renee says that Medicaid notified her last month to say that Brandon would be losing his benefits by June 30th. However, she says his benefits were extended, according to the Florida Department of Children and Families.
Why is it that when I went to the pharmacy 2 days ago, the pharmacist stated that Brandon's Medicaid coverage has been terminated?
Her pharmacy declined to refill her son's medications.
There are basically two systems that belong under one branch, but those systems don't talk with each other.
She went to DCF to sort out what she says could be a costly,
so they didn't pick up his copay,
and potentially dangerous situation.
Okay. He's like, thank you, relies on caregivers and nurses for oxygen, seizure medication.
It's an ordeal Renee says her son shouldn't have had to experience because, according to DCF, he still qualifies for that benefit.
I'm here to make sure that my son's rights are being met.
She worries all of the back and forth could cause delays in her son getting the care he needs.
Nothing will stop a determined mother or a loving parent to do what's best for their loved ones if they can't fight for themselves.
She says she's speaking up not only for her child, but for other families who are now experiencing a gap in medical coverage. And as she battles her own health diagnosis, she says she'll continue to fight for her son. In Tampa, Fadia, Patterson, Spectrum News.